We're going to go through the top 10 players of the NFL draft with an honorable mention to Fernando Mendoza. Yes, the likely number 1 overall pick in this year's NFL draft is not even a top 10 player in the draft. I think Carnell Tate, Makai Lemon, David Bailey, Jordan Tyson, Ruben Bain, Oliver Vega-Ioane, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Love, and Mansour Delane are all better than Fernando Mendoza. That being said, I don't think Fernando Mendoza is a bust. I think the Raiders should take him. And if your argument for, well, actually, Ty Simpson's a better scheme fit because he took more snaps under center, Dan Orlovsky, and Fernando Mendoza didn't play any big games. Okay, Dan Orlovsky. Fernando Mendoza has a stronger arm than Ty Simpson. He's a more accurate thrower of the football than Ty Simpson. Oh, and he's 5 inches taller than Ty Simpson. Not to mention Caleb Williams barely played under center at all. Comes in with this Ben Johnson offense, has to go under center. That's the whole thing all offseason. Caleb Williams won't be able to adjust. Caleb Williams looked tremendous. So what are we talking about here? Fernando Mendoza deserves to go number 1 overall. However, he's not a top 10 player in this draft. I'm looking at my list right now, and it would appear I have 9 players on here. I don't know who I missed. I don't know where I messed up. Ruben Bain, Jordan Tyson, David Conate, Oliveira. I don't know where I messed up. Okay, I don't have Arbel Reese on there because I'm a moron. I don't have Arbel Reese. Either way. Number 10, Makai Lemon. I think Makai Lemon is going to be a ridiculously productive receiver in this league. I think he's Amon-Ra St. Brown 2.0, and you've seen that comp thrown out a lot. But his ability to find the soft spots in zone coverage, his ability to make incredible contested catches. He has really reliable hands. He's underrated after the catch. He's a good man. He can beat man coverage as well, but he's just really, really specifically against zone coverage. The dude is incredible. Go watch his tape. He finds the soft spots, sits down in them, and he has incredible ball skills. Incredible ball skills. Some of the catches this dude made in areas were unbelievable. But against Leonard Moore, the corner for Notre Dame, which, by the way, the corners coming out over the next few years are going to be absolutely unbelievable. But Leonard Moore specifically, out of Notre Dame, pressed him at the line of scrimmage in the slot, which is Leonard Moore's an outside receiver. And Makai Lemon had a very, very tough time getting off the line of scrimmage on multiple occasions against Leonard Moore. That leads me to believe he's going to have to develop his releases, and that is fair. His frame, his size, he can get jammed by athletic, tall, long corners. He can get bodied at the line of scrimmage. But if he goes to an offensive scheme where he's going to get a lot of free releases, the Chiefs, the Rams, where the Chiefs they use a lot of motion too. Obviously, the Rams, everybody's going in motion every single play. But the Chiefs do a lot of bunch sets, and they get a bunch of free releases because it's hard to press a guy if there's 3 guys at the line of scrimmage and they're staggered. It's hard to get your hands on one of them, especially if they're all running all over each other. Right? It's just hard. So the Chiefs allow a lot of free releases. The entire league, like Ben Johnson, a lot of free releases. There's a bunch of different offenses now, but Makai Lemon specifically is going to be in a situation that Jordan Tyson and Carnell Tate won't be in, where you can line them up on the outside. They can handle press coverage on an island, and they can beat it consistently. I don't know if Makai Lemon can do that. So he's more scheme dependent than Carnell Tate, who I have as the 9th best player in this draft. I think Carnell Tate is unbelievable at breaking press coverage. I think he's underrated after the catch. He averaged 17 yards per catch. And the whole argument that Carnell Tate can't be a wide receiver 1 because he was a wide receiver 2 to Jeremiah Smith, and he still didn't produce that much, even though he was getting cornerback 2s on him, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. He averaged 17 yards a catch. What are we talking about? The dude was an elite deep threat, one of the best deep threats in the country last year. Elite route runner. Sets up safeties, gets their hips flipped, gets in their blind spot, makes them look silly. And even if he doesn't get open, he'll make a catch in double coverage like he did against Wisconsin. He has elite ball skills at the catch point, physical receiver. He doesn't have vertical speed. Like, he's not going to stretch the field, but he's not slow. He's not slow. Carnell Tate, 9th best player in the draft. At number 7, I have Arbel Reese. I think he has one of the highest ceilings in the draft, but he's nowhere near the edge prospect that David Bailey is. He's nowhere near the edge prospect that Ruben Bain is, and he's not as good an off-ball linebacker as Sonny Styles is. And I think he has a lot of development, more development as an edge rusher than a lot of people think. He's not going to be an instant day 1 starter. You had a guy like Abdul Carter last year who looked like he was going to tear the league by storm. He wasn't the most productive, although he was more productive in areas that don't show up in the stat sheet. He just didn't get a lot of sacks. I don't think you're going to see that from Arbel Reese right away. Obviously, still a really elite player. He would be warranted at number 2. I don't think the Jets taking him at 2 would be a mistake. But I think you can get a more proven, solidified, polished edge rusher like the guy I have at number 7, David Bailey, who has really, really good bull rush. Really good bull rush. Really, really quick, good bend off the edge. His spin move is unblockable. And the dude finishes really, really well, too. If he gets his hands on you, he's really strong. If he gets his hands on you and you're the quarterback, he's dragging you to the ground. Even if he's still engaged with blockers, he's done it multiple times. And he has such a good bull rush, the speed, he's got it all. He's got it all. My only concern is against Spencer Fano. I think Fano got the majority of those reps. And then against Arizona State, they have a right tackle that's going to be a day 2 pick. And Bailey struggled against him as well. And those were some of the best comps that he saw in the Big 12, and he wasn't the most productive. But he did beat up on a lot of mid competition, and that's why he had like 15 fucking sacks, because he was a beast. David Bailey, I have him at number 8. At number 7, Jordan Tyson. I love this guy. If this guy's there at 15, the Jets should take him. No questions asked, man. Seriously, I think he is the best player, the best offensive player besides Jeremiah Love and Olavavega Ioane in this draft. I think he's a top 3 offensive player. I think he's the best separator if he can stay healthy. And that's the biggest concern. But health to me is not that big of a deal when I'm ranking these players, because I don't know what's smoke and I don't know what isn't. Because Will Johnson looked incredible last year. He fell out of the first round. He should have been a top 15 pick. So I'm not in these NFL. I don't have access to NFL medical facilities. I can't give a player a fucking CAT scan or whatever it is and see what the injury concerns are and how concerned I should be about them. All I can do is rate players on their tape, their size, their measurables, their production, and their potential. But I don't like to rate on potential. I like to rank on production and tape. And Jordan Tyson had 2 elite years of tape, elite separator, great route runner, elite release package, great body control when the ball's in the air. He's not as good. His ball skills are not to the level of Makai Lemon or Carnell Tate's, but it's not that far off, where I think he's a significantly better route runner and significantly more explosive after the catch than Makai Lemon and Carnell Tate is. He is the best receiver in this class. I'm stamping that. I'm confident in that, and I'm riding with it. And I think all 3 of these receivers are going to be elite. I think they all can be 1,000-yard wide receiver 1 guys in this league. I think this is a really, really good wide receiver class. I really do. I love Jordan Tyson. Number 6, Rueben Bain's the best edge rusher in this class. You talk about power. You talk about bend. You talk about speed to power. You talk about finishing ability. I don't care about his arm length. I do not care. I could give a flying shit less. He has the best tape against the best competition out of any edge rusher in this draft, besides maybe like Akeem Mesidor, who was his running mate, whose tape is almost just as good. But he's 25, don't care. He played on the interiors at West Virginia. They moved him on the edge. His pass rush moves, his counter moves, his bend, he's got it all. Rueben Bain is better than him, younger than him, more powerful than him, strong, bendy, freak athlete, short arms, don't care. I think Rueben Bain is the best pure edge rusher in this draft. I have him at number 6. Number 5, Olavavega. Wait a minute, did I mess up these rankings? I had Lemon at 10, Carnell Tate at 9, Reese at 8, Bailey at 7, Tyson at 6, Bain at 5, Olavavega Ioane at 4. I watched Kaytron Allen. I'm more, my running back list is done. I've done my running back homework. I know who I like. I watched a lot of Kaytron Allen and Nick Singleton. I like Kaytron Allen. Didn't see a single rep that Olavavega Ioane lost in the running game. Not a single one. The dude is just a mauler. The guy just moves people. The guy just moves people. The guy just moves other humans. His ability to just move other humans, to create gaps, to just put people on their asses. There's plays where they line him up in the slot, put him in motion. Good luck if you're that linebacker on the edge. Good night. So I'm yelling. I'm going to wake somebody up. But this dude has elite strength, really athletic, good footwork, good hand placement. I didn't see him lose a rep in the passing game either. Not to be fair, I wasn't watching him in passing reps because I was skipping through them because I didn't want to watch Drew Aller. That would hurt my eyes to watch Drew Aller. That's not entirely true. I watched him against Ohio State. He was incredible against Ohio State. And it wasn't even Drew Aller against Ohio State. But either way, Olavavega Ioane, I think, is a can't-miss elite level prospect. You need to get him. You need to get him. I think he should be a top 10 pick. I wouldn't mind if he's there at 15, the Jets have to take him. I don't think he will be. The Ravens at 14 seems like the spot everybody's penciling him in at. If you're the Dolphins, you could consider taking him. If I don't know if the Cowboys, and I'm pretty sure the Cowboys offensive line is set with all the Tyler Beebe, Tyler Smith, but he is a can't miss gold jacket, home run prospect, best guard, best offensive lineman in the draft. At number 4, that would be Olavavega Ioane. I hope I'm saying that right. Number 3, I have Sonny Styles. I had Sonny Styles as my number 1 player in the draft literally 3 hours ago. Went back and watched some Ohio State tape. He still is raw at the off-ball linebacker position. So I did move him down over Jeremiah Love and Caleb Downs, who we'll get into them momentarily. But he still is maybe a tick behind in play recognition, but he's gotten, you could tell he's learned the position as the season went on. Like the Texas tape was not the greatest, But then you look at against Indiana, and he's seeing holes, filling gaps, shooting gaps, and he sheds blockers at a really high level. Sonny Styles is a great player. Sonny Styles is a great player, very versatile, elite, obviously a freak athlete. He's just not, his football IQ isn't as high as Caleb Downs, who is just unbelievable. He's the second best player in this draft, in my opinion. He can line up around the box. He can be that slot safety. He can play in the deep half. He can play in the deep third. He can man to man with the tight end or running back out of the backfield. He is unbelievable. He can do it all. He's never in the wrong position. He's got great ball skills. He's a great tackler. Caleb Downs is your do it all defender. He is the second best player in this draft behind Jeremiah Love, who is the best running back prospect since Saquon Barkley. I'm ready to put him over Bijan. I really am. I think Jeremiah Love is that fucking good. I think the only reason his production wasn't as high as those guys is because he had Jadarian Price averaging 6 yards per carry and is the second best running back in this class as well. And I'm going to repeat that point multiple times because Jeremiah Love's tape was more impressive than Ashton Genty's, and Ashton Genty did it against Mountain West competition, where Jeremiah Love did it against I don't know, he didn't do it against Miami, but I guess ACC competition, Texas A&M, better comp than Ashton Genty did it against. And I know Genty went nuclear against Oregon, and that's not a disrespect Genty, but I think if you watch Genty and you watch Jeremiah Love and you somehow think Genty is better than Jeremiah Love, better prospect than Jeremiah Love, I think you're delusional. Genty has better contact balance. That's it, but he was bouncing off Mountain West tacklers. Like Jeremiah Love's contact balance is elite. He can hurdle, he can spin, he can juke, he can run through your fucking face. He's got speed to power. He's got the power to speed combo. But he ran in the 4.3s. He can line up in the slot and break your ankles on a corner route and get open. He catches the ball really fluid. Goes from receiver to runner at a very fluid rate. So does Genty, to be fair. Genty's a really good pass catcher too. They're both elite prospects. You'd rather have Jeremiah Love than Ashton Genty. The dude is a fucking animal. Jeremiah Love is the best player in this year's NFL draft.